I don't know exactly how maladaptive daydreaming helps me soothe uncomfortable feelings. I just know that when I want to procrastinate, I either go to Facebook or YouTube or any other social media, or I daydream. And it's weird because my fantasies are not always pleasing. Sometimes I actually get tired of it. And I don't know if anyone else experiences that, but sometimes I just get absolutely bored and fed up with it, and I don't want to do it anymore. But I can't stop doing it. So sometimes it's not even pleasurable. It doesn't even feel like soothing anymore. I just do it. I was watching a video of Ellie Summer talking about how some fantasies are a reflection of the things that you lack. And that's also something that it's kind of hard for me to understand because I know that a lot of my fantasies are about being the center of attention, being praised. But I know that when it comes to real life, I actually kind of hate that. I was also saying that a lot of a lot of the patients who have maladaptive daydreaming are quite shy or socially phobic, and that's kind of strange because yeah, that's what I find funny, that pretty much all my fantasies revolve around the idea of me being at the top, and me being the leader of something, and me being the center of attention, and yeah, in reality I'm quite adverse to that. I don't like it. Sometimes I like it, but a lot of the times I'm really quite shy. I've seen a lot of people who talk about the kind of fantasies they have. A lot of them are very like fantastic. They dream about traveling in outer space and dealing with dragons and stuff, and or being rock stars, which that's more on the that's kind of more what I do. I don't really have those fantastic fantasies. It's kind of more always about being attractive and successful. There's also a lot of people who have talked about fantasizing about talking to a psychologist or a psychiatrist, which is something that I've done a lot, and actually being heard by them, of course. It was something that I used to do before I started attending the psychiatrist and the psychologist. So I didn't know how. I had never had any sort of attention like that. So I used to imagine that I had a psychologist because I just kind of knew that I needed it, but I didn't have the means to afford it. So I just daydreamed that there was somebody who knew about this and who was gonna help me. Um, I've also dreamed quite a lot about having a lot of guys, and I have invented a lot of characters. They're mostly male, and I've had different relationships with them, and they all look different. They have different personalities, and a lot of those characters have kind of died, like they kind of don't exist anymore. Like I used to dream a lot about those people that didn't exist, and then over time I stopped dreaming about people who didn't exist, and I started creating these scenarios with people from the real world in which I felt powerful and I felt attractive and I felt cared for and I felt listened to. And that's kind of where I'm at currently. I don't daydream a lot about non existent people. I daydream a lot about people that I actually know, people which people that have relationships with me that haven't worked, and I make them work through my fantasies in the way that I want them to work. Sometimes it's really frustrating to look at my fantasies and look at my real life and see that there's a lot of discrepancy between how I want things to be and how things are really like, and how difficult it is to get things to be the way that I want them. I experience a lot of frustration and a lot of impatience, and I guess that's the main reason that I daydream. It's because I feel very frustrated with the way that my life works and with my current level of skill in many things and with my relationships, because I struggle to. I don't really understand